Hey, what's up, everybody? In this video, I want to go over with you guys on what it's like for me being in the DEP program. So what DEP means, it means Delayed Entry Program. Now, that's for the Air Force. I'm not quite sure what they call it, for other branches. But since I'm in the Air Force, I can only, tell you about the Air Force. So, yeah. So I back in July, I think July the 8th, I sworn in the Air Force. And as soon as I swore in the Air Force, I think the next day or so, I had to come back down to my recruiter's office. And he was telling me congratulations of, swearing in for United States Air Force or whatnot. And he told me to download the app on my phone. So I decided to download the app on my phone, which it's United States Air Force Delayed Entry Program. So it would look kind of like this, as you can see. Sorry, the lighting is not very well. But yeah, so this would kind of show up here where it says welcome, whatever your last name, and it kind of, which is pretty unique because it shows, how many days you have left until BMT. In the middle, you have it to where it says fit standard meet. So you have to kind of do like, I think that's where you take like quizzes and stuff like that. And I'll get into that later in the video. And then it tells you also, how many days you have left until to graduate. So that's another good source, from this app. And like I said, once I was, into the delayed entry program, I've learned a lot from this app. Just because, due to COVID, we couldn't really, have meetings with the recruiter like in person, like, be able to do PT and stuff like that. Because I'm quite sure when a person is in delayed entry program, they get up with their recruiters to do PT, have, in-person meetings and stuff like that. But it was kind of, different due to COVID-19 for this year. So, but we were still, keeping in contact with the recruiter, such as we were using Zoom. I'm quite sure everybody's familiar with Zoom, or I guess Skype or whatnot. But we were using Zoom, and we would have our, meetings every other, 2 weeks or so on Thursdays or whatnot. And we were going over some and very important stuff about, being in DEP, waiting on for a job. And basically what it is, while you're in DEP, you're waiting for, your job to come through. And once your job come through, then, once you get up to that point, then you have to be physically, prepared to before you ship off or whatnot. So yeah, let me see. I have the app downloaded here. So there's a lot of good sources in this app. And like I said, I've been studying out of this app since July up until now. So let me go here, and there's a little icon here. So it kind of shows you, how to prepare yourself from BMT, what you have to pack. It gives you packing lists, and it shows, what all the Air Force they provide you once you get at BMT, what personal hygienes to bring, your banking materials, your paperwork such as like medical documents and stuff like that, suggested items, what to bring, like packing your bag, and things what not to bring. So definitely, that's some serious, information there on preparing yourself for BMT. Let me see what else, some good other stuff too. They have the clearance impact. Which while I was in DEP, I also got a phone call. This was a couple of months ago. Got a phone call, a clearance phone call from some I don't know, but all I know was a clearance call that I got just to see, if I had anything to, dealing with the, law, if I had like financial situation, did I travel outside of the United States? I'm a, U.S. citizen. I mean, it was just mainly questions that, and it depends on your job too. But yeah, security, clearance, impact, you'll have a person to call you, make sure, everything is, that you're being you and all the information that you provided to your recruiter and while you're at MEPS, when you're doing your background check as well. Let me see. Oh, drill. Y'all, I love me some drill from this app. So you'll definitely learn how to, do position attention, do parade rest, how to do facing movements, how to salute. So it shows you little videos in here, how to do the drills, because that's going to be very important once you arrive at BMT. But of course, me personally, I want it to be, like a step ahead of learning all this stuff from this app, because when I get to BMT, I'll know my stuff when I get there. So it shouldn't be a problem or issue, for me. And it's not like, oh, okay, well, I haven't learned this, while I was in DEP or whatever. I want the MTIs and instructors to know that, yes, this girl have been on her stuff and she's been studying stuff from this from this app. So she took advantage of it, instead of being called out and didn't know none of the stuff from the app. So also fitness, PT calculator. So they have in here, which is the PT calculator. You can kind of like put like your age. You can put like your waist size, then how many minutes and seconds you run in a mile and a half. For me as a female, how many push-ups you can do in a minute, and how many sit-ups you can do in a minute. So technically, once you put all your information in here, it just kind of give you a score. So what my recruiter told me, he said you kind of want to get like a 90 or above, which is pretty, it's hell of a good. So, but based off the history that when I've, been putting my information into the fitness calculator, I've been getting like high 80s, like maybe like the lowest score would be for my fitness would be maybe like a 86. That would be the lowest, but the highest for me would be sometimes an 89 or right at a 90. So, which I think I'm doing pretty awesome, for my PT. So yeah. Memory work. So, of course, it tells you how to do reporting statements, core values, the Airman's Creed, the Airman Song. So, all that stuff is in here. So, which I thought is very helpful. And using flashcards. So, also flashcards in there. It helps me study. When I need to go over some stuff through the app, I kind of go back and look through it. Like when I'm at a gas station or I'm at the grocery store, I just kind of, look through the app, because I have time to do it, or if I'm home, like, when a commercial comes on, I look through that app and I'm just like, oh, okay, well, let me just do a quick test here. Let me quiz myself on what's the chain of command, or what's the different ranks, or what's the creed, or what's the, airman song or whatnot. So yeah, like I said, I'm quite sure for other branches, your recruiter will have you download an app and give you like a little study guide to study from. Because like I said, when you get at basic military training, they're going to have you do the same stuff off from the app, which I assume, but you kind of want to be ahead of the game, learning that stuff. So that way it won't kind of be like you feel like you're trying to like catch on, like you're trying to grasp on a lot, versus for me, I already know a lot of the stuff from the app to where it won't be new to me. It'll kind of be like it'll register to me like, oh yeah, I remember this. I know that from the app. Oh yeah, I know that. So yeah, but other than that, being in the DEP program, I enjoy being in the DEP program a lot. Got to meet the other fellow airmen as well, and share some of their experience, while being in DEP, and also mine as well too. Also, what's good too, when I was in DEP, I ended up becoming the commander of the group. So yeah, so I thought that was very cool. I thought it was very awesome being the commander in the DEP group as well. But other than that, like I said, I've learned a lot from being in the delayed entry program. I really did. We got to go over some stuff, such as knowing the background and, the foundation of the Airforce, get you prepared of what BMT is going to be about. Also, of course, when you're in DEP, you get your job. And so what it is, once you get your job, you just kind of wait till you're in DEP until, whenever it's time for you to ship out. So like I said, the job I ended up getting qualified for while I was waiting in DEP was, it's a medical job. And I think my medical job is Aerospace Medicine Service. I'm sorry, apprentice. Yes. So it's Aerospace Medicine Service Apprentice, which the AFSC is 4NOX1. So yeah, a lot of good things about that job, and a lot of stuff that I'm actually trying to prepare myself, for, when I get into the job. So I have a lot to learn, based on going into the military for this kind of job, special medical job. But yeah, let me see what else in the DEP. But yeah, like I said, I mean, you learn a lot while you're in a delayed entry program as you're waiting, for a job to come up as well. I had a sheet which is over there. I had a sheet to where what jobs I qualified for being in DEP. So how it kind of works for the Air Force as you're waiting in DEP. So depending on how many jobs you qualify for, like I think I almost qualified almost like maybe 47 to 50 jobs. So what it is, I had to kind of list from what's most important, like the jobs that I would really care for to get versus the ones below was kind of like, I don't too much really care for like that. I don't really want or whatnot. So I just kind of list the top jobs that I was really looking forward to, being to. And once that job pops up on the recruiter's list, they check the list every month, by the way. So once the job pops up on the list, you have to be okay with it. Okay. So like I said, I qualify for a lot of admin and general jobs. And then, half of the, I think the general jobs were medical jobs. So which I thought that was pretty amazing. But yeah, but waiting from July up until now, I mean, I kept myself, busy, while I was working and working out as well, too. So, yeah. But like I said, I had fun being in delayed entry program. Got to learn a lot from my recruiter as well. Got to learn a lot from the other airmen that's in the group, too. So, yeah, it's definitely, you're definitely going to learn a lot being in a delayed entry program. Not just, for the Air Force, but I'm quite sure in other branches, too, while you're waiting for the job to be available. And before you ship out, you get your orders of shipping out. But other than that, yeah. But other than that, it's been a fun experience being in DEP. I mean, I can tell you that it's really been a fun experience. Like I said, learning a lot, about being in there, and I don't know. But other than that, yeah. If you guys like the video, please give me a thumbs up. I mean, or also subscribe. That's very important to me for people to subscribe to my channel. And then if you have any comments, please comment below. If you have any questions about being in the delayed entry program, like I said, I end up sharing you guys what it was like for me to be in the DEP program for a couple of months or so, and how I kept myself occupied while I was in DEP or whatnot. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it's probably different from other people from different branches, but like I said, based off the Air Force, that's what it was like for me being in the delayed entry program. Other than that, you guys, I am signing out. So have a good one. Bye.